What's up everyone, how are you today? Welcome back to another episode of Phenomenal Views. I'm your host Nick Smith, and I just got done watching the new fan film, Dragon Ball Z: A Light of Hope. Boy, I'm telling you, we're getting more fan films than regular films, and the fan films are doing a lot better than the films that we're getting so far. I mean, first we got Power/Rangers, and now we get this. Dragon Ball Z: A Light of Hope is an adaptation of the history of Trunks, and it's not just a movie, but it's like it's a fan film, but it's a fan film series. Like it looks like they're actually going to make this into like a show on the internet, and it's great for fans. Like they capture everything, right? They capture the heartlessness of the androids. They look like the androids, and it's just so cool. Like a lot of the acting in this is great. The kid who plays Trunks is really playing on the fact that this is, I want to say Trunks is like maybe, the kid looks like he's at least 9 or 8, and they're talking about like how Trunks is wanting to know more about his father, and he's talking to Gohan, and he's like, what can you tell me more about my dad? He was proud of what? Himself. And that's exactly like Vegeta. And when Gohan is not training, he's always talking to Piccolo or his dad. And like when Gohan and Trunks, the very first time you see them, they're sitting there meditating, and then as the destruction from the androids is going on, they're meditating, but I think they have like a police scanner or something. No, it's on the news, and then Gohan's like, are you ready, Trunks? They fly off, and then we get this epic battle. We get Trunks goes and distracts 18 while Gohan takes on 17, and Gohan goes Super Saiyan, and it looks really cool. Now, the hair isn't like glowing, but like they do make it to like where when he transforms, his hair does turn blonde, and I thought that was really cool. And they even did the Kamehameha wave, which looked so much better than Dragon Ball Evolution. I mean, guys, it doesn't look like these guys had that much of a big budget, and they were able to pull this off. What's Dragon Ball Evolution's excuse? But this is a great notch to fans who loved Dragon Ball Z back then. With they do the development of Trunks right, with him wanting to know more about his father, and even like his anger side, because in the trailer for the next one, it's like how Trunks is like, all that matters is power. I need more. I want to stop the androids. I have lost family. I have lost friends. I've lost everything. What else is there to lose? I need more power. And Gohan's like, you cannot get more power unless you suffer the pain of loss. And then that gets Trunks is like, what more can I lose? And they build on the mentor and the student relationship between Gohan and Trunks really well. Even though this was like the first part of it, it was still really good. And this just takes me back to history of Trunks, of how Trunks is trying to become a Super Saiyan at such an early age. And Gohan wonders to himself, he's like, and he's talking to Piccolo in a spiritual form, in a spiritual sense. He's like, I wonder if I should be more strict with him like you were with me, Mr. Piccolo. And I was like, that is great, because Piccolo was very strict with Gohan. I mean, dang. Dang. But this is a short 14-minute film. I strongly suggest that you find it. I will try to put it in the comments below, but the fighting looked great. The fighting in the air, the blasts, everything. And like when I say they truly got the heartlessness and the cruelty of the androids down, I mean they were spot on. Like they had, this guy tries to run up and shoot 17 in the, like he shoots 17 in the face, and then 17 gets him and he's like, please, I love this part, I have money. And then 17 says, I'm immortal, what good is your money gonna do me? And then 18, and like they start talking, and 17's like, this is boring. No, actually no, 18's like, this is dull. And then 17's like, well, if we just kill them now, that's not going to be much fun. And then 18 decides, let's make them run away. That'll make things more interesting. So then 17 gives them like 5 seconds to run. They start shooting people. And then this is where Gohan and Trunks come in, and it's so cool. Trunks gets his butt kicked by 18, but Trunks does manage to get a few hits on her. When he does, she just has that look like, you damaged my hair. She captured 18 so perfectly. And so did the guy who played 17 too. It was so good. One thing I do notice though is always 18 is not as heartless as 17 is. For example, in History of Trunks, 18 goes shopping, like she always does. She lets the person survive. 17 kills him, and 18's like, no, I spared him. You know what? You're always like a naive little child. 17 is cruel and heartless. 18 is as well, but she's not as cruel. But so they captured the history of Trunks' version of the androids. Spot on. Perfect. It was great. I strongly recommend you go find this, because this is a lot better than the most of the movies that we have been getting here lately. Guys, this has been another episode of Phenomenal Views. I strongly suggest that you find this video. It should not be hard to find. I found it on Facebook. Just go on Google and type in Dragon Ball Z. Hope of... It was like Hope of the Future. But, guys, find this movie, or find this anime, just find this. You will not be disappointed. If you were a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you will not be disappointed. Go check it out.